Hello, I'm Monica, and I'd like to welcome you to Nassagaweya Presbyterian Church Sunday School at Home. I'm glad that you've tuned in today for a video and a fun activity. If you haven't watched it already, please pause this video now and watch the Holy Moly video called Rebeckah and Isaac. They are the main characters in the Bible story we're going to do today, and there's a link to it in the description below this YouTube video. So I'll pause now. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the Holy Moly video. And if you ever want to go back and watch it again, remember that the link is in the description below this one. So your leaflet has some pictures of the people that were in the video. So before we get into the activity, let's just go through some of the people and we'll remember the story. So first, there was an older man in the video named Abraham. And Abraham had a son, Isaac. So this is Isaac here, so just him. Now Isaac wasn't married. And after Abraham and Isaac's mother died, Abraham got thinking, oh, how am I going to have a big family like God promised me if my son isn't even married? I can't have grandchildren and other people. So what he did was he asked his servant, Eliezer, to go to his home country and to find a wife for Isaac. Now, Eliezer asked, well, can I take Isaac with me? And he said, no, I don't want Isaac to go with you. So Eliezer had quite a task to go and find someone. So Eliezer traveled to Abraham's homeland, and he thought about how he would get this done, how he would do what his master wanted and find a son for his wife, and how he would know it was the right person. Now he was a man of prayer, and he prayed to God to give him a sign. So as he came to the town, he saw that there were women at the well, and he said, "Oh God, if you could tell me. You could point out to me which of these women, when she comes to draw water, I'll know that that's the one." And so he was praying to God, and as he looked up from his prayer, lo and behold, a woman named Rebeckah was going to get water. And she offered water to Eliezer and his camels. For his camels, remember in the video, they kind of cough out all this dust because they're so dry from their hard journey. And Eliezer realizes, wow, what a kind woman that she would bring us water for myself and the camels. It's a lot of work to carry enough water for a bunch of camels to drink. And then afterward, she even said, would you like to go and rest in a tent, after your long journey? So she was very kind. And so Eliezer took that as a sign that, yes, God, I think this is the one. So he asked her, would you come back with me to marry my master's son, Isaac? And she didn't know them or anything. And so this was kind of a strange thing for her to be asked to do. So she went and she spoke with her father. Her father's name is Bethuel, and with her brother, whose name was Laban. And so she spoke with them, and they were people that prayed regularly as well. So they prayed over this together, and they were convinced that yes, this was God calling her to go back with Eliezer to become Isaac's wife. So she said goodbye to her family. She went on the long journey back, and she became Isaac's wife, which made Abraham very happy because now he could have the big family. Oh, this was the ladies. The women at the well is here. I had my hand over them. Okay, so that was our story. Now you maybe want to go back and watch it again now that you can see the different people in your leaflet, and then we're going to do the activity together. We're going to do an activity now from your leaflet, and what you'll need for that is some scissors and a pen or a pencil. That's all. We don't need any tape for this one. So on your leaflet, on the front, you'll see a backpack. It says, "What's in my backpack?" And it says, "People and things I trust." Well, I mean, I could put a piece of paper that says trust and put that in my backpack. I have a backpack. I used to use this to go to work. I work from home right now, so I don't really need my backpack anymore. I had to look for where it was. So when I put stuff in my backpack, you know, that's so that I know where it is, and I know what it is. But you know, when somebody prepares things for you, you know, when it's somebody in your family, you trust them. So when somebody prepares your food for you, you trust them that it's something you're going to like and you're going to eat. And when somebody prepares, like washes your clothes and does other things that they do that show they care for you, it's because, you know, you trust them that they're going to be done the way you need them. And in this story, in the story of Rebekah and Isaac, they had to trust their family. And they trusted God, they trusted their family, and they trusted Abraham's servant Eliezer, because they couldn't tell what was going to happen. What you can do is write some things on here that are things that you trust, things that happen in your life, in your daily life, that you trust. So when you're thinking about the different characters in the story, some things you might want to think about, and I'll just hold them up so that you can see the characters, is remember, why did Abraham want Isaac to get married? And what do you think about Rebekah agreeing to let her family pick the person that she would marry? Is that something that you think happens today? And how do you think Rebekah felt when she had to leave her family? So those are some things that you can think about through this story when you're thinking about things that are things where you have to trust, and some of the different images in the story. And when you fill out the backpack part in the front where you're listing things that you trust in your life. So you think about what the people in this story who they had to trust, and different situations where they had to trust somebody. Now on the inside, remember we had all the different characters on the one side here, and we have the basic part for the activity here. So you see the square marked by the blue line. So we're going to chop that part off. We're just going to cut this. And cut along the back. Okay, so now we have a nice square. Now the next step, step 2, we're going to flip it to this side, see where there's the white sections, and we're going to fill in what it asks us the questions are. So let me just read them. So the triangle one says, people Isaac trusted. So this triangle, you can write in the names of people that Isaac trusted. So remember the story, and you can go back to the video if you want to watch to see who it was that Isaac trusted. And then in the other side, the trapezoid sort of side, this 4-sided one, it says people Rebeckah trusted. So in this one, you can write down the name of people Rebeckah trusted. Now, step 3, we're going to do some folding. So while we do some folding, we can think about trust while we do all this folding. So think about, who do you trust, and how do you know you can trust them? So you can talk with your siblings or your parents while you do this. Now what's important with this is to figure out what way we fold. So our square has these leafy pieces on the one side and the orange in the middle. The other side has, you know, all these triangles. Remember, we filled in the answers to these. What we need to do is to fold from this side. So I'm going to tip my screen down so you can see my table. See that? Now, do you see it says fold one right here? And it has an arrow that goes sort of from this one over to that one. Let me use this for a pointer. See, the arrow kind of goes like that. So that means that you take this side and you fold it over this way. First time I did it the wrong way. There. Now we've got a big triangle. But you see on this side where we have Isaac at the top, we have these other fold lines. So step number 4 in our plan is we fold across fold number 2. And remember, the arrow says to go from this side over to this side. So we're going to lay it down. I'm going to fold on that red there. And that should bring it right across here. So it kind of covers up that bit with a dashed line. That was fold 2. And then fold 3 is here. So we're going to fold number 3 across here. Looks like he's in a sleeping bag. Just to recap then, we did fold 2 that brought the green part under Isaac. Fold 3 that brought the white over top. And then to find fold 4, we had to flip this over. So that's step 6. See there, it says fold 4. So that means we're going to take this and go back over. Now we're just going to take the top layer. I'm going to go like that. Like that. Fold that down and give it a good crease. If you have your fingernails, you can use your fingernail. You just use your finger hard too. Okay, so that was fold number 4. So our next step is to do fold 5. Now I remember seeing that on the other side. So we're going to flip it back over like that. Now, so we've got one piece, we can do fold 5 this way. And just so you can see, that's a little hard to see. So there's where it says fold 5. And it goes from this side over to there. So we're going to go across there. Now we've got it all folded up like this. And maybe you can tell what it is, maybe not. We're going to kind of pop it open. See that? It's got a little thing like that. And pop it open. Looks a little bit like French fry container. And we've made a cup. We have made a cup because our story was about getting water. I'm going to turn my screen up. So we have a cup now. And that's to remind us of the story that Rebekah came out and gave water to Eliezer. And then she came back to be with Isaac. And inside your cup, you'll see the Bible verse from Genesis. I'm just going to turn it this way so I can read it. Let the young woman who comes out to draw water, let her be the woman whom the Lord has appointed for Isaac. That's from Genesis chapter 24, verses 43 to 44. That's the verse that's the key verse for this story, because it showed that Abraham and Eliezer and Isaac trusted that God would show Eliezer who a wife for Isaac would be. And he had prayed for that. And she came out and she offered water to Eliezer and the camels, if you recall. And so now you have a little cup, and this is a way to you can open it up again so that you can see how you can fold a piece of paper, just a square piece of paper, if you remember, and make a cup. Now I want to ask you, one more thing that the cup, it has the pictures and so on to represent the story, but it also represents trust. And the way it represents trust is that I'm going to ask you, do you trust that this would hold water? You can think about it. Because remember, we needed scissors to cut the square, but did we cut to make these pieces go together? You can think about that. Now, maybe if you filled it with water and left it overnight, it might, leak out through the paper. But for a short period of time, you'd be able to drink water out of this, or fill it with water. You might not want to drink it because there's ink on the page. So I hope that you enjoyed our lesson today, and I'd like to finish our time together with a prayer. So you can hold your hands together if you like to do that. You can close your eyes if you wish, or you can leave them open, whatever makes you feel comfortable when you're having a prayer with God. So you can you can repeat after me if you want to. I'll go slow so that you can do that if you like. Okay? All right, let us pray. Dear God, bless us today and keep us safe. Thank you that we can trust you. Just like Abraham, Isaac, Eliezer, and Rebeckah did long ago. Help us to understand that you have a plan for us, and you will always be with us on our journeys, like you were with Eliezer. Amen. Well, thank you for joining me today for the story about Rebeckah and Isaac. This piece is missing. Remember, you can fill in different words of things that you trust in your life. And you can also, this was the part where we filled in who Isaac trusted and who Rebeckah trusted. Here's your picture of characters that you can use to remind you of who's connected to who. So again, we have Abraham, we have Eliezer. Sarah was Isaac's mother and Abraham's wife. She had recently died in the story. This is Rebekah's father, Rebekah's brother, the camels, and the ladies at the well. So have a good week, and we'll see you again. Thank you. Bye-bye.